Oh, wow. I can't be, I don't know where to start actually. Ang daming mga nangyari nga dun sa game na yun. There's a lot of very good plays from both teams. But in the end, nandun na tayo sa one skirmish to win it all. And actually, yung ONIC nagpakita ng kanilang veteran na potential. Technically speaking, BSB and their players, maraming veterans dyan. Pero bakit mas solid yung pag-close out dito ng ONIC PH? And then if you recall, during sa aking analysis kanina kung ano ba yung dapat gawin ng BSB, it's all about closing games. And that is one thing that they failed to do in this specific one. In fact, there's a lot of already good starts for BSB. Una sa lahat, gusto ko i-take note ang power ng high loss, which was picked fourth picked, if I'm not mistaken, by BSB. At ito yung sinagot nila laban dun sa Digi. There was a time na completely nawala yung Digi strategy sana ONIC, yung tactical feeding Digi because of this specific hero. Pero sabi ni Jay, sige, nagkamali. Ang dami kong mali. Nakakuha ko ng 3 kills and 1 kill nung 6 death ko, which really hampered the tactical feeding strategy. Pero bumawi naman siya nung nanakaw niya yung Lord. And that actually is very crucial on this victory of BSB. When it comes to the items, ang daming ang questionable dito mula sa ONIC PH. They didn't have like something like Durance or Deadly Blade against of the sustain of BSB. But eventually, tinry naman nila i-fix when they're looking at their damage output in the late game. Eventually, nahirapan tong si Farsa na magbuhat na maging core for BSB. Nakita rin natin yung weakness ng Terizla at the tail end of the game. Yi Sun-shin cannot do it alone. If you're looking at ONIC, however, you have that ever so scaling, oh my Venus, Sicilian. Alam natin na hanggang may laban, hanggang palit ng palit, palakas ng palakas ang ating Sicilian. And that is also true with your Uranus at a certain point as well as the Cho. Ngayon yung Hayabusa, I like how Wise performed in this game compared to the previous one kasi nag-make up siya with the very good ultimates in the late stage of the game, which we probably will see later. And of course, may mga post-game stats pa tayo dito na aralin mula sa ONIC and BSB. But we do know na nagkaroon ng problema when it comes to damage ang BSB in the end. Although the Farsa did well. Galing ng performance dito ni Drix on the Farsa. Hindi nga lang, kinulang lang talaga when it comes to the nature of the heroes laban sa mga members ng ONIC. And evidently, nung time na hindi na nga nag-group up dito yung ONIC, nung nag-split na sila ng map, doon na nakabaway ng map control dito ang ONIC. And it also took a little bit of outplay, katulad nga nung Retribution Steel na sabihin na natin may halong konting swerte, may konting halong calculated at konting outplay. But that's exactly what they needed, an X factor to eventually win this game. Now let's look at the smart highlights of this game between ONIC and BSB. Because there's a lot of things na pwede nating pag-aralan. Obviously, this is a Digi strategy na important para sa akin na i-take note natin. Siguro mamaya makikita natin kung kailan ba nagsimula na maubusan dito ng skill ng strength in the early game ang ONIC PH. So, very good. And of course, magkakaroon ng maraming kills dito ang BSB because this is a Digi strategy. But so far, so good for ONIC PH. This is so important to take note. Cap 1, do take note why the high loss is a little bit of a counter against the Digi. As you can see, wala na siyang HP dito and mana. And if you recall, the passive of a high loss, kapag wala na siyang mana to use the skills, we will use the HP instead. So I'm pretty sure that at a certain point na nakita niya, meron akong opening para magpapatay, magpatiwaka laban dun sa Digi. Using my own HP, pag gumamit ka ako ng mga skills, tapos magpababa ako ng HP enough para tamaan ako ng reverse time at ng Digi bombs, ng time bombs, para nga naman ma-reset. This Digi is at 5 deaths. This is 5 deaths Digi. At alam natin na kailangan mo ng mag-8 deaths before mag-resume. So, after this, the Digi will get a kill. And all of a sudden, if we're ONIC PH, mapapa-facepalm ka. Yung Digi natin na ako na kill, ano na? Yung ONIC PH, ang kanilang decision dito is, let's try one more time. Pero yung BSB nakabawi na naman, nagbigay na naman sila ng kill, at kailangan natin bumawi. Now, ONIC PH, on the first Lord, sabi nila, let's play this like a normal Digi game. Wag na natin gawin yung tactical feeding, ilaban na natin. And this is where the brilliance comes from the teams on ONIC PH. Again, lugi na yung ONIC PH when it comes to the overall take of the game kasi nag-fail na nga yung plano nila. So what they did is to play it as a normal Digi team would do. Tapos, dagdagan na natin ng extra flavor, ng extra X factor at try nating i-outplay yung kalaban. And then this happens, obviously. Who would have thought that the Digi, ang isang itlog na nakawang kayo ng Lord. And this really shocked BSB. Although magkakaroon ng magandang teamfight dito ng BSB, yung ONIC PH, na dami na nilang pinakita na ways to actually end the game. This one, BSB will win, if I'm not mistaken, and eventually makakapag-push sila dun sa gitna ng ONIC PH. What I liked about that push coming, defense, from ONIC PH is Wise was sacrificing himself. Nag-ulti siya dun sa minion wave para lang hindi totally makapag-push ang mga members nga dito ng BSB. Obviously, marami pa naging clash afterwards. But if you look back dun sa mga nangyari, ang ginawa na lang ng ONIC PH is to divide and conquer against members of BSB. And to win it, parang inutakan na lang nila yung side dito ng BSB. We know na maraming mga veterans na nga dito sa ONIC PH at they've been in war situations before. Look at this. Dilar even nagpapakita sa atin na meron lang siyang 2, 2, and 3 KDA stat. Hindi siya masyadong teamfights kasi alam niya na nasa priority dito ang minions. But he still is the MVP because probably siya yung pinakamagandang record. All of the members of ONIC PH, hindi gumanda yung record in the end because you know what? They prioritize taking over the map over taking over the skills. And that's the recovery coming out from ONIC PH. That's why also they won this game. Obviously, kinailangan nila nung X factor mula dun sa Digi. But I'm sure that eventually ONIC PH decided after nung kanilang pagka-fail nung plans nila, they decided, okay, back to business tayo, back to regular Mobile Legends action tayo kung paano natin i-take yung approach yung game. And eventually, they won the match. That has been my analysis for game number 2. And who would have thought that we will go to game 3 of ONIC versus BSB. Ano pa kaya ang pakulo? So far, 100% win rate ang Digi sa series na to. And maybe we can see that banned out or prio picked in the next match. Casters, what do you think?